Hi everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, still not a doctor, never giving medical advice. If it seems like I am, I'm just consolidating medical information, putting it in one place, along with my opinion. My non-doctorly opinion. Just mine. This video is about when to start your PCT, and more specific, when to start your aromatase inhibitor, if you're not on one for your entire cycle. I've done a lot of videos touching on PCTs and how to do them and stuff, so I recommend checking out other videos to learn about them in their entirety. This one, nice, short, and simple. When to start your AI. So while typically people start their post-cycle therapy too early, let's assume that you are aware of steroid elimination half-lives and how that gets them out of your system. And that it takes like 5 weeks or so, on average, let's say, for something like testosterone enanthate to get out of your system. Same if you're taking Masteron enanthate or Primobolan enanthate or Trenbolone enanthate. They're all going to take around the same amount of time, and they're eliminated via half-life. So after 10 days or so, or a week, or depends on your body, your genetics, it's going to have half as much. And then after another week or 10 days, it's going to have half of that half, and so on. So it takes about 5 weeks. Now, it can actually be good to start your aromatase inhibitor before it's completely out of your system, if you are using an aromatizable steroid. If you're only using something like Masteron or Anavar, then there's no reason to start your AI before your cycle ends. But if you were using something like testosterone or Dianabol, it can't hurt to get the estrogen down low before you end. That way so there's two things that can suppress your natural testosterone production: your androgens and your estrogens. So if you're letting the androgens go down out of your system, but you still have estrogen, your body's not going to bounce back. So the idea is you get the estrogen down, and then you let the androgens get down. So the second they're down low enough, your testicles start kicking back into action. You wouldn't want to take your testosterone, and especially if you're like a big estrogen converter, and then perhaps you also don't clear estrogen from your body very well, because everybody eliminates drugs at different rates. Some people may clear androgens really quickly, but clear estrogens really slowly. So if you clear estrogens really quick, good for you. You get them out of your system, they're not going to suppress you. But if your body takes a long time to metabolize them, get rid of them, and excrete them, then they can stick around quite a while after the androgens have left your system and be suppressing you. And yeah, why have any downtime between when your androgens dip below normal and when your body starts kicking back on? I don't see a reason. There's not really a good reason, that's why I don't see one. You want things to kick back on as soon as possible, so block the estrogen ahead of time via the aromatase inhibitors so that you can let it clear your system, and the second your androgen level falls below a certain point, things kick back on. Anything else I should say? Alternatively, well, you could just I've said this in other videos, you could use something like Anavar at the end of your cycle. So say you take your last shot of test, then you wait a couple weeks, and then you take Anavar for like 4 weeks, that being 1 week past when the testosterone is in your system. So 5 weeks after that last test shot, for another week, you've got Anavar in you. That way, for 1 week, the estrogen from that test shot 5 weeks prior is clearing your system, but you've still got androgens to support your tissue and everything while you're being suppressed by that remaining estrogen. Hope that makes sense. I've explained it in more detail in other videos. So yeah, or alternatively, what you could do is you could take like your last shot of testosterone, and then date, let's say, and then a week, 10 days later, you choose. Hey, it could be 2 weeks later. You take a shot of Masteron or Primobolan, because that way you wouldn't even have to worry about remembering the timing later on, and it's just like your testosterone's here, and it's going down, and then you've got your Masteron here going down, so it's like the testosterone gets out of your system, and then you still have the Masteron for a little while the estrogen from the testosterone's clearing. So yeah, you gotta anticipate that lag time, because when all the testosterone is out of your system, you still are gonna have estrogen unless you took an aromatase inhibitor to prevent it. Because you start with testosterone and your body turns it into estrogen. So if I put a bunch of testosterone, let's say no ester, just instant release into me right now, for the next 5 hours, for longer than 5 hours, I'd have really high testosterone. And then as the testosterone goes down, estrogen would be coming up because the body's converting the testosterone into estrogen. So later on in the day, well, it's nighttime right now, but tomorrow I would have low testosterone and high estrogen. And that would be shutting down my natural production, but I would have no testosterone in my body. So if I were in that situation, I would want to do something like take oxandrol Anavar. That way I have the androgens while the estrogen is getting out of my system. And then once the estrogen is gone, you can cut out the androgens and bounce back to normal. Or alternatively, like this video was about, you just block the estrogen from forming in the first place. So say, same situation. I got a shot of no ester testosterone, but I load up on letrozole, and then I take that shot. My testosterone's going to be really high today. And tomorrow it's going to be low, but I'm not going to have estrogen tomorrow. So things are going to bounce back to normal. Because there's no androgens and no estrogens. You need one or the other to suppress your body. Always remember that. Anything else I could talk about? Random, but it's hard to lose weight when you're already pretty satisfied with your body. Like, I'm not the thinnest, but I am mostly satisfied with how I look. Like, if I'm satisfied, but I am into this stuff, so, like bodybuilding and such, so I do always want to be even thinner and even bigger. But for normal everyday life, it's like, do I really want to not eat anything I enjoy to get down to really low body fat? I mean, if I pinch my stomach, I got like that much fat, and it's like, do I really want to give up everything I enjoy to get down to that much fat? I mean, yeah, I look extra ripped, but I mean, I look good enough, so that's the hard thing. Unless you're going for like a certain competition or you're gonna make a lot of money off of being extra ripped, you get to a point where your benefit of how you look balances out the suffering you put in. So if you already are looking satisfactory or good or way above satisfactory, why suffer extra if you already look good enough? Yeah. Sorry, I kind of, to be honest, I assume people watching YouTube videos are morons, so I try to explain things very, very simply, in case you've ever noticed how I, like, repeat stuff a lot in my videos. I know not everybody is very stupid, but the honest truth is most people in the world are very stupid. Sorry if you're one of them. It's not like I'm not disliking you for it. People shouldn't dislike someone just because they're stupid. And I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world, but most people just aren't very smart. So that's my debate for future videos. It's like, should I cater to a more intelligent audience and just leave all the other people behind, because like 99% of people are stupid. So I figure it's like I make videos where I try to explain things on the lowest level to cater to the most people. But perhaps I would do better if I catered to a smaller but more intelligent group. Who knows? Or what I was thinking is I make my videos, I say everything really concise and to the point and for intelligent people, and then after that, I explain it for everybody else. I'll have to think about it. And it is over 10 minutes, which means if someday I get monetized, I apparently will make more money. I kinda doubt I'll get monetized, but who knows? If I really want to start making money off the fitness stuff, I need to start taking lots of good photos of myself. And I probably should diet down just a little bit more, not much more. But don't eat ice cream every day. And I haven't ate many donuts lately, but yeah, don't eat donuts every day either. But I do eat ice cream pretty much every day. So that's proof that you can look like me